Okay guys, I'm going to show you some quick variations out of the Italian game, also known as the Giuco Piano. It's actually not an opening that's preferred by grandmasters because it's considered somewhat drawish and the ideas are not as deep as what you would find in, for example, the Queen's Gambit or the Ruy Lopez or the Spanish game. But it's a good way to get started, I think, with very straightforward developing moves. So the Italian game starts with E4, and if your opponent responds with E5, you'd proceed with what's probably the most logical and expected move, knight to F3, attacking the E5 pawn. Now, let's say black brings out this knight to C6. The Italian game is characterized by this move right here, bishop to C4, as opposed to bishop to B5, which would be the Spanish. But we're looking at the Italian. So let's say really quickly, we go to C4, the opponent goes to C5. The best continuation is C3 to try to keep the initiative. Other moves such as knight to C3, castling are also okay. D3 is also okay, but this is the best continuation, or is regarded as such. Then let's say you have knight to F6 attacking this pawn. Now instead of going D4, which is also probably a good, maybe the best way to play it, we're going to look at this modest continuation, D3. Now, black castles, and white immediately jumps into his territory looking for trouble. So, black doesn't really know what white is up to, but he goes to kick him with the H6 pawn. And this allows for a nice little sacrifice play with H4. So black snaps the knight, H takes G. Now, we have this beautiful open file for our rook. So, black, wanting to keep his material advantage, retreats the knight, and now with the queen coming to H5, black is busted. He actually only has one move to stop mate in one, which is bringing the rook to E8, giving the king a little bit of space to escape. But rather than going queen takes knight, we go queen takes F7, forcing the king into the corner, and then one more sacrifice, rook takes H7. The king has to take the rook, and now the queen just returns to H5, checkmate, with the bishop cutting off the G8 square. So that's a miniature that was played by Greco, maybe the first genius of chess, but it illustrates a lot of good ideas like the use of a sacrifice to open a file. It also shows in the exchange trading material for time and space, because it's one unit of time when black retreats his knight to H7, and it's more than anything space for that rook to dominate the H file. So once the queen joins the rook on the H file, black is hopeless. So that was just a quick look at the Italian game, or the Giuco Piano. I recommend it for young players. It's a great way to get your chess game started.